Now, anyone married here?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of married people. Y'all married? Yeah. I was married and I actually lost my wife during COVID. Yeah. She left me for a 51-year-old yoga instructor that teaches at Berkeley. I swear to God. Yeah, right. Hey, she left me for the yoga instructor at Berkeley, California, like at that college. That's who she left me for. Yeah. He's a Canadian and his name is Shy.
Oh, Shy.
Swear to God, Shy Polanski. Yeah, he's got like 1,000 published hours on YouTube, like a bunch of books, things like that, you know? And I was like, man, maybe I can win her back, you know? So I was like, maybe I'll learn some yoga, you know? I started learning stretches and poses. I found out I'm highly allergic to incense. Like fucking real allergic, dude. Yeah, right, yeah. And I was like, maybe I got this, you know? And then one day I had this realization after I shoved a healing crystal up my ass. So like maybe these aren't the right changes for me, you know? You know, I found out like at that time, I found out Black Lives do matter, you know? I found out feminism's more than a t-shirt. But I don't know what's more fucked up. Like, after all this, you know, like I don't know what's more fucked up. The fact that Gandhi's fucking my wife, or after I learned those stretches of pose, I can suck my own dick now. No, yeah. And that really happened to me March 8th, 2020, right at the COVID thing, dude. And so the first thing I did is I start binge watching TV shows. You ever do that? Yeah, and the first show I watched is the show called Love on the Spectrum. You ever watch Love on the Spectrum? You don't know what that is? Do you know what it is?
No.
It's where they match up autistic people and they make them date on Netflix.
I was watching Tiger King. I didn't.
Tiger King, yeah. But, Love on the Spectrum's good too, though, you know? So y'all watched it? Yeah. So I started binge watching that and I started learning something about myself. Pretty goddamn sure my ex is autistic. But not like the kind you want, you know, not a math or science autistic. Definitely not a fucking cook or clean autistic, I'll tell you that. She's the kind of autistic that was really good at fucking yoga instructors behind my back. Yeah, she's mathematical at that shit. And the second thing I did is a joint dating apps. You ever been on dating apps? Oh man, it's rough, you know. You've never been on dating apps? Grindr? Hell yeah, bro. You get yours, bro. But you know, they tried to connect with you, especially back then. You know, it said like, Wayne, you'll be matched with like-minded people just like you. Well, apparently, I'm a 400-pound black chick or a ghost. And I don't have any teeth, you know? No, but really, you know, I started doing the Running Man because I'm trying to get laid during COVID, you know? I just swipe right to everything. You ever do that? You just... He knows what I'm talking about. It happens, right? Like, and sometimes you'll see like a trans, like on accident that matches with you, and you're like, I'm not that desperate yet. But you know, I started ignoring some red flags to get laid. You ever do that? You've ignored some red flags, right? Yeah. It happens, right? You can ignore Danny Sly Big Bush or whatever it is. I mean, it's really curly. No, but really, you know, I started ignoring some red flags to get laid. Like, the first chick I go on a date with, right? Pretty hot, but she drank milk with every meal. She drank milk with spaghetti. It's fucking gross, right? It's a fucking easy lay, but it's weird-ass kisses. The second chick I go on a date with, right? She's pretty hot, too. And we get to the place to eat, and she starts rifling through her purse, and she goes, hey, are you going to judge me? And I go, I'm not going to judge you, you know? I'm trying to get laid. I'm not judging you. She said, you promise you're not going to judge me? I said, yeah, I'm not going to judge you. And she pulled out a CO2 cartridge and did a whip it in my passenger seat. Yeah, a whip it in my passenger seat. And I was like, God damn, you didn't prepare me for this. I'm fucking judging.
You said you wouldn't judge.
I did. And then she didn't fuck me. Yeah, right, yeah. As the balloons hit my window, I'm like, I'm for sure getting laid, you know? A third chick I go on a date with, right? She's from Ryan, Oklahoma. Yeah, right. And pretty quick into the date, into dates, like one day she was like, "Hey, like I have something to tell you," and I was like, "Oh yeah." And she goes, "My family's pretty religious, and like I think this is pretty important." And she goes, "Me and my family, we don't believe in dinosaurs."
What the fuck?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, we don't believe in dinosaurs. You know, we believe the Earth's only 12,000 years old. Dinosaurs never existed." And I was like, "Damn, dude, man, I can handle some religious differences. I might be able to date an atheist, but I can't date another goddamn retard." True story. No, and like, you know, the more I started swiping right and doing all those things, you know, I did think to myself, maybe I could date a trans. You know, I was like, maybe I can get a little woke. You know, date a trans, you know. But it's got to be like post-op because I'm not a faggot. But it's got to be like semi-close to be a post-op, you know, so it has something to prove, you know. You know, like so that way, fucking after it makes me a meal, I can go and mow the lawn too.